Welcome to the Popcorn Clash.
When the only thing poppin'
is our topics
and our snacks.
Welcome back to the Popcorn Clash, and today's topic is
lifestyle evolution,
technology,
games,
and more.
And today's show, we're going to be talking about how technology, games, lifestyle has been changing as time has gone by. For example, we're going to be talking about our generation of the young ones, and we're going to be talking
millennials.
And we're going to be talking about the young ones like us, the old ones like you,
What?
Wait,
and the young
what?
ones like us.
What?
Wait, what? That doesn't
Now
make
we're
any sense.
confused.
Yeah,
I
you
am
confused me.
confused.
Okay, we're not confused. You'll be the young ones. I'll be the old one. That's fine.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I mean, there's going to be a lot of different things that we're going to be able to mention on this podcast. That it's going to be very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, because when you think about it, like all of our generations are completely different. You guys didn't have the technology that Eddie had when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Or when he was in school, you know, or when you guys were in school. Like, how was it? Like,
Well, to start, there was no cell phones.
mm-hmm.
There was no PlayStation, no Game Boy, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
No computers.
no, there was computers, but there was no computers at home.
No.
It was like you had to go like to the library and to
Search.
search something with a big huge box. That was a computer. So that's one of the differences from back in the days, and I'm talking about in my time was 1984.
Can you please demonstrate how it sounded when you turn on the computer?
Oh, it took forever. Remember when
Well,
you had one?
I would have to stay silent like for a whole hour.
Yeah.
Oh my God, a whole hour?
Yeah, well, think about it.
Not a whole
Now
hour.
we're going to be switching from themes, right?
Yeah.
Because it's going to be hard to keep a 1980 to 1981 to 1982 and 83. So we're just going to be jumping back and forth, but we're just going to share the information. But not only that, Eddie, internet was like this. When I had my computer and I went into the internet the first time, it sounded like this. And then it would turn on, you would log in.
Someone was shocking.
Yeah, then you would log in, and there was American Online, and then was you got mail.
Wait, so is that real? Because I always thought that was like fake when it said that.
No, that was real. that was real. The internet. There was a time where they would send you American Online will send you what was it, a disc
Yeah.
for a free trial or something like that, and then you would like install it in your computer, and that's how the internet was back in the days. It was just terrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then now you just have internet on your phone.
Now, yeah.
So-
now.
We have more time for do all that, or what's happening, or like we living so fast right now that everything we just with one click we get a lot of information.
Well, you got to think about this. Technology. If we're talking technology has grown a lot. I mean, just think
Yeah.
about it. A computer is updated every 6 months, and
Yeah.
I bet you anything you want that the computer that's going to come out in the next few years, they already built it. They just haven't exposed it to the public.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what it is. That's technology. Now let's talk about games. Like for example, Eddie, what was the first video game that was thrown out to the public?
Well, video game, I'm not sure, but the first gaming console was the Atari
The Atari.
And that was
Yeah.
when?
in September 11th, 1977.
Oh wow.
77. Oh,
And it became very, very, very famous in the 80s. So in the because I had one, I remember my dad bought me a console, the Atari or Atari, whatever it's called, and it came with like 20 different games. It was huge tapes, huge. It was some boxes with video games. It was very, very computerized. I mean, and it was fun
yeah.
and easy to play too.
Yeah. Compared to
Only-
PlayStation.
Only a button and a
One
joystick.
Yeah,
one button and a
joystick.
joystick. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, in today's world, when Eddie tells me, "Hey, Dad, you want to play with me?" and then he starts to play his video game, I'm like, I don't think so.
So many buttons, so many
Which one would I
settings.
press?
Yeah, it takes him like 15 minutes to set up his game, and then we play and they kill us right away.
Oh, you mean like
We
Call
die.
of Duty?
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that one. So like, no, and then
In my case, I didn't like video games.
No, not even
No.
like those arcade games.
Only those.
Only those.
No, not the
I
video
re-
games
I
like
re-
80 or you're like.
I remember we had like the PlayStation 1, but it was like the updated version of it in like the early 2000s, and
Well,
we
yeah,
had
that was just a PlayStation 1.
yeah, and we had like CD games, and there was one like the arcade games. I remember you would always play the Pac-Man one. Is that like
it's the only one?
that's the only
because it
game
was
that you would
the one that I
like.
played when I was little. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was Pac-Man,
arcade.
and it was what was the other one? The one with the little ship in the bottom that used to
Oh,
shoot
like
the
Galaxy
Galaxy.
something?
Yeah, Galaxy.
Galactica
Lexia or something like that.
Galaxy or something like that. Yeah.
And Tetris, the one with the blocks.
oh,
that you have to-
Tetris. Yeah.
Now there has been a big huge evolution on that, Eddie. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. I think maybe the 1995, 1996. I think it's 1996.
Mm-hmm.
The original PlayStation came out. It was just called PlayStation, and then in 2000, that's when the PlayStation 1 came out.
Yeah, that's the one that we had, the PlayStation 1. We still have it. It still works. It's been beaten up, but
Oh,
we still
wow.
have it. And it still works.
Do you still have games?
Yeah, I do actually.
When did the GameCube come out? Like in the
It actually came like a little bit after that.
Like
2000
maybe 2000, no?
2001.
GameCube, but that one wasn't too famous. The cool thing about the GameCube is that you were able to play some games from the
Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
You
Those
know,
little squares.
yeah, the little square. So Eddie, when did that come out?
I think 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah, that's it's been a while.
I think the reason why those games didn't succeed as much as the creators thought they would is because that's when the Xbox came out, and it seemed more to attract like the older generations and compared to like kids. And
Yeah,
like
'cause-
GameCube was more for like kids, I feel like young kids. Kind of like the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the GameCube was discontinued in like 2007.
Oh, that's so sad.
2007, huh?
Yeah.
And that came from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nintendo GameCube. And then I think after that they came out with the Wii, and then they also had the Nintendo DS. I still remember when I got that for Christmas.
Now, before all these games came out, I mean, in my generation, we hardly played with video games. There was more like outdoor games going on, or it was a game night with maybe Monopoly or Scramble or games like that. Things changed on that too. I remember that I was like maybe like 8 or 9, and we were playing tag outside. I mean, it was just 20 to 30 kids playing outside.
The whole block, yeah.
The whole block playing. Everybody was running around, playing tag, playing softball or soccer or something,
The rope, jumping the rope.
or riding the bikes. Nowadays, you hardly see any kids outside. I mean, you see 1-2 kids outside maybe, and that's it.
Well, I mean, that's where like my generation, like the kids that grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s, we were the generation where we were mainly outside at a young age, and then technology started to come out, video games were coming out, and like new consoles and stuff, and we were transitioning into it. And then with Eddie's generation, the ones that are born after the 2010s, like they're the ones that you rarely see outside.
Yeah.
Hey.
No offense.
Okay.
Well, think about this one. Eddie, have you ever been in a fun fair?
No, because I don't know what that is.
Wow. A fun fair was awesome.
What do you mean by a fun fair?
You never been in a fun fair?
I don't. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay.
Like what that is?
Like, it might be called something else that we might.
When I was in school, they would like, by the way, I used to go to Nightingale, my grammar school.
Mm-hmm.
They would set up the gym with like different little games. I mean, they had like you had a fish for goldfish, or play
Oh, kind of like carnival games.
yeah, like carnival games.
Mm-hmm.
But in school. This was in school, in the gym. So I've never heard Eddie mention anything like that.
No.
you
Yeah,
have
for
it, Eddie?
real.
No, the closest thing we have to that is like field day. But, it's just like a bunch of like activities that you
And
do.
the last day of school.
No, it's like close
The
to the
last
last day.
week.
Yeah,
The
like
last
the
week.
last week.
Yeah,
I think when I was in elementary school, we had something like that, except it was after school, like at night, and you would come back with your families.
Yeah, it was
Family game night or something like
ha-
that.
family game night.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was something different because the fun fair was during school, in school hours.
Wow, yeah.
So it was pretty cool.
That's really cool. I would love to
Yeah.
just play games.
Yeah. So it was that, and then at recess, we used to they used to give us like a Nerf football, and we used to play catch or a game of football with like tagging, and I don't see that anymore. I don't know, Eddie. I mean, you're still in school.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do when you go out in recess?
They don't give us any equipment.
No.
No.
No,
What? Not even basketballs, kickballs, softballs,
No.
footballs, nothing?
they don't give us equipment.
So what do you do?
Why?
We just walk.
Oh,
That's
that's
it?
sad.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah.
What about like before you went to middle school? Did you guys play around with like equipment, jump ropes?
Well, yeah, it was mainly just jump ropes, and like kickballs. That's all we
Really?
had.
I remember, well, at least when I was in school, we had jump ropes and
Oh,
like,
and then there was
And
also
the playground, huh?
yeah, on the playground during recess.
yeah, I think we also had 2 footballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. To,
Yeah,
play
like
catch.
we had basketballs, kickballs, jump ropes. We had chalk for that we could play hopscotch.
Mm-hmm.
We never had chalk.
Really?
No.
What?
Well, maybe.
Maybe, but you didn't use it.
Yeah. No, I
And this
never
was in
did.
what grade?
Oh, I'm also talking about like
Young.
well, young. No, young. We had jump ropes and hula hoops and chalk. That's it.
Mm.
Oh,
Wow.
and
Yeah, maybe second grade,
yeah.
third grade.
Well, I know that school changes. It has been changing a lot. For example, I had 2 girls. I have Crystal and Alexis, and I do remember that I used to go to father and daughter dance. Correct?
Yeah.
And then when we had Eddie, Christina got all happy because she was gonna go to,
It's my time to go to
Mother son
mother and
dance.
son's dance.
and she never did.
Oh
No.
Did they ever have those?
No.
Yeah,
Well, maybe, but like
we moved.
Yeah, we moved.
Oh, we did move. Wait, so they didn't have it like 4th grade or 5th grade when
No.
you moved over here?
No.
Oh, that's so sad.
No,
Mother
but-
daughter dance were like my favorite.
No, but the thing that they did have was when Eddie it was what, breakfast or donut day or what was it?
oh yeah, with dads it was donuts with dads.
See,
And
so
then,
I've been the lucky one.
yeah, no, and then with moms it was muffins with
Muffins.
moms.
Did you
Yeah.
go?
Yeah, 2 times.
How was it?
It was good.
What, the
I was-
muffin? The muffin or the?
Yeah, the muffin,
the muffin was
Yeah.
and the donuts, and the juice and coffee.
No, and then I remember Crystal, you were complaining because you're like, why isn't there like a siblings day?
Yeah. What if
God.
you have older siblings? What if they want to spend time with you? You know, like
Now,
me.
Something that I did, I think I only did it. I think I only did this once. It was the drive-in theaters.
Ooh.
Those I didn't get to do a lot of that because I was still young. But I remember back in the days that, I mean, you would go to the drive-in theater in your car, put the speaker on in your window, and just from your car you were looking at you were watching the movies. Have you ever seen the movie Grease?
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Like that. Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do this in the last year in the pandemic. No,
They
They
try to
try
make
to
a lot
open-
of movie like drive-in
Parking
movies.
lot, something like that.
They did, but I think that they should continue doing that because
I think that's something that they should bring back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's something they should bring back.
It's
I've
an
never been to
interesting
one.
concept.
It is. It is very interesting because I mean, there's still. I mean, the movie theaters have evolutionized. That's how you say it. Evolutionized.
Yeah, improved.
A lot. But I still think that the drive-in theaters were the bomb.
It's a different vibe. Definitely a different vibe. Like, yeah.
Well, they're bringing back a lot of things too. I mean, you were mentioning that they were bringing back the vinyls.
Vinyls, yeah. Eddie,
Really?
we're talking about that. Yeah, vinyls is becoming very popular. Like, new art or artists like currently that are big right now, they're releasing their new albums on vinyls, and a lot of people are buying like all of them. Like, you could go to Target or Walmart and like buy vinyl, and it's very common. It's more common than CD players, to be honest.
Okay, so when did vinyls come out? I don't remember the exact date.
I don't know. Eddie, do you know?
Yeah, it's like 1940s. I think
Long time ago.
1948.
1948.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that was the Beatles, Elvis, all these artists that I like from the 1950s, 1960s. By the way, I have a nice collection of rock and roll. Huh?
Yeah.
I'll let you hear it sometime. But anyways, you had vinyls. You had the 8-tracks. You know what an 8-track is?
What is that?
It's a huge tape. I mean, it's huge. I would have to show you a picture. But
But that one was before the vinyls? Or?
No. For the vinyls came out first, and then the 8-tracks, then the regular tapes.
Oh, the cassettes?
And then the CDs. Then the MP3s.
And now everything's
And now
digital.
now everything's in your phone.
Everything's in your phone.
So
Wow.
I would have never thought that.
And record players have actually evolved so much that they actually have Bluetooth on the record player. So you could connect like a speaker to that record player and it'll be like on your regular speakers.
Eddie, so what did you find about the 8-tracks?
That was most popular in like the mid 60s.
Okay. Wow. Makes sense. Yeah.
All the way to like the 80s.
Wow.
I remember my dad had a big collection of 8-tracks, and it was just terrible because he had to carry this huge box with all the 8-tracks, and I didn't like them very much. And I just didn't like them. I didn't like them. I think that cassettes were way better. I remember when breakdancing came out, when all this hip hop stuff came out.
Oh yeah.
And they had the tape recorders,
Boom boxes.
Well, yeah, if you want to call it a boom box.
That's what I know it as.
Yeah.
I remember that my sister Nancy and myself, we were like wait in the night because there was certain time of the night that in B96, I think it was, they would like play nothing but mixes. So we were waiting to press the record button to record in the tape.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because all the music that the radio would play, we would record it on the tape, and that's how we would get our music. So now you download everything, but back in the days you had to like really fish it.
That kind of reminds me of like burning CDs. Remember when that used to be a thing?
Well, burning CDs that was easy because you just download the music from wherever. I think that at that time Napster was still around. Was it Napster?
What is that?
Or LimeWire?
LimeWire
and Napster.
What is that?
Napster and LimeWire were web pages or companies in web pages where you would download music. The bad thing about it is that it was illegal.
Yeah.
It was illegal to download music like that. So before they got turned off, before they got shut down, well, obviously a lot of people downloaded music from LimeWire and from Napster, and that's how you would get the songs to burn the CDs. But then iTunes came out. That's when you started to download music legally. Yeah. Because if you really think about it, it was unfair for the artists to be losing their royalties with illegal downloading.
Yeah.
So, and at that time, it happened a lot.
Yeah, iTunes came out in the 2001.
2001.
It makes sense. It makes sense because this time that I was telling you about Napster and LimeWire, it was between 1998 and 2000, right around there. That's when it was like really, really got out of hand, and people were downloading music like crazy.
Wow.
At the same time, when they were downloading the music, they were downloading viruses into their computers.
Oh my God.
Because it was just out of control. No, there was no control. It was just terrible. Computers would get viruses, and it was just a bad thing for computers. And by the way, Eddie, when did they bring up that little device from Apple?
The MP3 player?
No,
the MP3
the
player?
iPad?
Yeah.
iPod. It was later the year that iTunes came out. So iTunes came out, I think, in January, and the iPod came out in October.
Oh, so I mean, and after that, they came out with the iTouch and the iPhone and all that good stuff. I mean, it's just, if we keep on talking about technology itself, I mean, we'll never finish. I mean, just from TVs, from brick phones to today's phones. I mean,
even to like movie theaters. Like now they have like IMAX Ultra screen and stuff
they look
like
pretty
that.
nice.
It does. It looks really good.
I went to see which movie was it? Adventures?
Oh, Avengers Endgame.
That's the one we saw.
Yeah, that was the last time you guys went with us. Yeah.
What's the movie that we saw that was 3D?
The movie that we
3D?
saw 3D.
I remember we went to the movies and we saw a 3D movie, and I just don't remember which one it was.
I think it was Jurassic World.
Yeah, Jurassic World. Yeah.
Jurassic World.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool because of the dinosaurs and everything. It kind of looked like
Your
they were coming
grandpa
at you.
went with us.
Yeah. Oh,
You
now I
didn't see-
remember.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jurassic World.
But
Remember when
the
TVs
first
used to be like, oh, 3D TV?
Well, all right. Talking about TVs, I mean, Christina, do you remember when we went to Circuit City, and they started to come out with the flat TVs?
Yeah.
That one TV, a flat TV, it was like I think the size was like, I think it was like a 48-inch, and it was like $10,000.
Yeah, they were super expensive.
$10,000?
Yeah, $10,000 for a flat TV. Remember that? Then we saw the
Yeah.
price and we were like, "What?"
Oh,
Yeah, it was
my God.
1995, no, 1996.
It was around there. I
When they
don't know.
start-
I don't know exactly the year when they started with the.
Was it before Alexis?
No. It was after
wasn't
Alexis.
that time.
It was
Oh, okay.
no. It was after Alexis. Yeah, it was after Alexis because this Circus City was still around, and I know that Circus City disappeared later, like in the 2001 around there. I don't remember exactly, but Circus City disappeared, and we went to that store, and we always went into the TV section. We saw that one, and we're like, "What?
Yeah.
$10,000 for a TV?"
And now if you go to like a store, like a flat screen that size is probably like a few $100s.
Yeah. Nowadays you have all these different brands that you could get, but
Like before, just remembered like before there was one TV for a house for the whole family, one TV.
Oh,
now we
yeah.
have all the families have
TVs
one
and
TV
everything.
in each room.
even the dogs have a TV to watch birds.
What? They use my phone. They don't have a TV.
And no
they
control
use your
remote.
laptop.
They
Yeah.
use a laptop.
Yeah, so TVs, I mean, there was at one point when they started to kind of use the 3D TVs, but that didn't work pretty well.
No, not really.
No.
Because in order for it to be 3D, the film had to be edited, or like the show had to be edited to be 3D. And I feel like not a lot of films and productions like really went into that.
Because it was costly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's where it unfortunately didn't.
Yeah,
Like,
so
succeed.
now you have all these big, huge TVs. You have these projectors where all you need is a white wall.
Mm-hmm.
And these projectors are 4K.
Yeah, and you could connect it directly from a laptop or a phone.
Yeah, you could watch. Yeah, that is right. You connect the projector into the phone, and you're actually watching a 4K movie on your wall.
Yeah,
anywhere.
yeah.
You could even watch it outside too. If you have one of
a
those
white sheet.
Yes.
A white sheet and just put it on there to hang it up. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's affordable too. Now for that to be nowadays.
You know what? When I was coming from Atlanta this week, in Midway Airport they have a bar. After you pass through security, and that bar has a huge white wall, and it's like a 16:9.
That's huge.
Yeah, and well, 16:9 is that's the aspect of the image.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they were showing a soccer game, and I actually and the wall was actually like this wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's like maybe like 8 feet by maybe 15.
Mm-hmm.
That was the size of the wall, and it looked pretty clear.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I'm gonna get one of those.
Why?
But where am I gonna watch
Where are you
it?
gonna put it?
Where are you gonna put it?
Yeah, where would it go?
I know we don't have a wall that big, but it looked awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked very, very nice. What else do we got, Eddie?
Well, there's Nerf. I've been growing up with Nerf, and Nerf came up around like the 90s. Because in the 90s, that's when Hasbro bought Nerf. So because before Nerf was like
It was
outdoor toys.
So it was like an independent company, or it was you know what? That's right, Eddie. Because Nerf, they have like flying the frisbees,
footballs.
bats, football, soccer balls, and all that stuff. So Hasbro bought it.
Yeah, Hasbro bought it in the 90s.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
And that's when they started to make the Nerf blasters that shoot Nerf darts, like the foam.
Mm-hmm.
And the first Nerf blaster to come out was in 1992.
1982.
Wow.
1982.
Well, that's the first one that shot darts.
Oh, okay.
But there was the Super Soaker that came out in 1989, and there was one that called there was a bow.
Okay. Okay.
In 1991, it was shot foam. It was like foam or something like that.
Foam darts or something.
Well,
Foam arrows.
Yeah, like foam arrows. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, you have to keep in mind that the evolution of toys is also a big thing, because before they used to toys were built with metal.
Mm-hmm.
And as time went by, they started to change to hard plastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think that I'm talking like back in the 70s, maybe part of the 80s, toys had lead.
Oh,
and the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That was
they
a huge thing.
So they had to change a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, honestly, in the 80s when He-Man, Transformers, Thundercats, and all that was around,
Mm-hmm.
it was pretty fun to play with all that. But I do know that Transformers were part metal, part plastic, but the metal was there was a few accidents with kids where they would fall with the toys and they would cut their lips open. And that happened to your Tío Omer.
Really?
Oh, wow.
He was running with a Hot Wheel,
Uh-huh.
and he tripped and he cut his lip open with the Hot Wheel.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I remember that. It's actually right here like this.
Oh, under his nostril?
Yeah. Whenever he comes by, check him out and you'll see that he
Be
has.
like, hey, how'd you get that scar?
Yeah,
He still has the scar.
he still has a scar. Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. So that's why I'm saying that they had to change toys.
Yeah.
You know, because they were dangerous. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, the metal on the toys was sometimes they were a little bit too sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they were just dangerous. They
Yeah.
were not a good thing for kids.
Yeah, like even back then, like before the Nerf blasters, they had like BB guns,
Yeah.
and so that was very common back then. I bet like kids to be playing around with BB guns because they were trying to shoot.
We had
cans
BB guns.
down.
Well, we had two types of BB guns.
Uh-huh.
When we used to live on Campbell, that was Armando's mom.
Mm-hmm.
That was her house, and we used to live in the first level, or in the lower level, and Armando used to live in the first level, and one of his cousins used to live in the second level. And one time we were out in the yard, and his cousin, he was a little bit too wild, and he shot me in the leg with a BB gun.
Oh wow!
With one of those metal BB guns.
Metal?
Yeah, metal. And
So it wasn't even rubber.
it wasn't rubber. It was a BB gun, and it went into my leg, and so I had to like literally pull out the BB from my.
Did you bruise? Did you
Oh,
bleed?
I bled. So they pulled it out. It was actually for my right leg. They pulled it out, and then once they pulled out the little BB, you could see just the whole bleeding.
Oh my god! Do you still have the scar?
I
don't think so.
No, I do have the scar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look for the scar now. I'll show you guys.
Okay.
I do have the scar because it was very, very obvious.
Well, yeah, because if you bled, I mean that's.
I mean, and these
And
are
in your
and these
leg?
are things I didn't even remember. As we're talking right now, I'm remembering.
It's coming
things.
back. I'm telling
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
like we're unlocking like locked away memories.
Right, but
We're
now,
opening the gates.
Yeah.
right, but after that, they took away the BB guns from us, and then we were using the yellow rubber BB guns. They were yellow. They were rubber. They were still dangerous because if you got shot in the eye, it was gonna hurt.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, with the Nerf blaster, if you get shot anywhere where it's sensitive, it hurts, but doesn't like injure you.
yeah.
bad.
I remember that I used to play with Armando in the staircase, where supposedly we were attacking each other with guns with no bullets. So I would like obviously shoot him, and he would say, "No, you didn't get me. I ran. I got you in the leg. No, you didn't." So it was pretty fun. And then this other time when I was playing in the backyard with my cousin Gabriel, there was this old lady that used to live right next to us, right? And we were playing baseball with a tennis ball. So he pitched the ball. I hit it, and I broke her window. I broke her kitchen window.
Oh my god.
And then we ran, and then my mom, in the afternoon, my mother came from work, and then the lady was like in the window, like mad, saying that, showing her the ball and screaming at her, and then she was like, "What's she saying?" She's like, "Oh, she's saying that if this is our ball." And I said, "No, it's not ours."
Because she didn't know English.
No, so she didn't know English. So I was, but then my aunt, Armando's mom, Michelicha,
Yeah.
she came and she told, "No, she's saying that you guys broke her window."
Oh my god.
I got punished for a whole week. Yep, it was those times. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, you don't do that nowadays. That's the fun that the kids from today, that's what they're missing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even see kids getting in trouble anymore. The way they get in trouble is by them going to sleep late playing the video games.
Yeah.
Oh
That's how they get in trouble.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, it's kind of sad. You guys need to live more.
Right. So, and that's on that now. I mean, let's talk about another thing that has evolutionized on us. What is it like?
Telephones.
The brick
Cell
telephones.
phones. Cell phones. Yeah.
Like, remember back in the days, it was like in the 70s, the big box.
The brick one.
Yeah, those weighed pounds.
Yeah.
They actually had to carry like a school bag, to like in the army, to use the phones, the big huge phones. I call them the brick phones, like almost holding them with two hands.
Yeah,
Oh my
that was the
God.
nickname. The brick
The
phone.
brick
The brick phone.
phones.
And then they changed so much now. I mean, look at your mom's wrist. Now she has a phone in her wrist.
Yeah, the Apple Watch.
The Apple Watch. I mean,
Yeah, the evolution of technology is crazy. It's not just like I remember when I was little, and I would go in middle school like walk home or be on the bus after school and get home, and I would have to text you guys, or if I was like getting home late or I was staying after school or something. Like I had a little flip phone, swipe phone, whatever. And now Eddie and all his friends, his generation, have smartphones. Like they could FaceTime you, call you, and send you emojis.
Yeah.
Like the ones I was doing on Sunday, remember?
Yeah.
And back of the day, you have to, I'll be back. Let me tell my mom that I'm here with you. I'm playing with you.
Yeah.
We have to go running back to home. Mom, I'll be back. I'm going to be like half hour with my friend playing.
Oh, my God. For real.
Now, who remembers beepers or pagers?
I remember one.
You, Eddie?
The time that we had one.
Eddie, do you remember that?
No.
I only know because I've seen it on the show Friends that he has a beeper or a pager. That's the only reason why I know.
Well, you know how it works, Eddie?
Yep.
You know how it works?
Well, kind of. Don't you like, you have a beeper and then you like get like a small number, and then, well, not small, but like you get a number so that way, you can like page other people. And
No.
you, whenever, oh no, okay.
Let me tell you how this works. You have a beeper. You have one, right? So for me to get in touch with you, your beeper had a number, like a telephone.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
So I would dial that number
Like on a landline?
on a landline to get in touch with Eddie, and then once it connected, then I would mark down the number where I wanted him to call me back. So
Or just the letters.
yeah, like codes.
Call me.
It could be codes or whatever. But then Eddie would look at his pager. He's like, somebody's calling me from this number. So he would call back and he would say, "Hello, this is Eddie. Did somebody call me from this number? They just paged me, or did somebody page me from this number?"
Yeah.
That's how it was.
Oh my God. It's like sending a text nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, hey, are you free?
Like
Let me call
have
you.
to go and look for the phone and then make the call.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a voicemail before the voicemail.
No, it was no
No.
voicemail.
No
it was
voicemail.
just phone numbers.
Well,
Like the screen was
yeah.
tiny.
Yeah, it was a little tiny screen
Uh-huh.
where you could only see the number, and then the beepers they got a little bit better and they got bigger screens, but then they disappeared. But your mom had one because she didn't have a phone, so I needed to get in touch with her. So what we did, we sat down, we wrote down codes. So whenever I sent her a code, she knew what it was.
That's so cute.
Yeah, we make a list.
I'll give you an example. Like
I'm on my way. I would be late.
No. But the code was like 01, I love you. 02, I miss you. 03, what are you doing?
That is so
04,
cute. It's like you were
Yeah.
texting, but in code.
Yeah. So and then it was just a long list of numbers, but that's what they meant. We had it. We wrote them down so we both know what they were,
Right, yeah.
and that's how we would communicate. And if it was urgent, then it was
Call me.
call me or something like that,
Yeah.
right?
That is so cute. I've never heard of that before.
Really?
Yeah, those
Yeah.
those were the pagers.
Wow. And that was back then when you guys were like dating?
Dating, yeah.
This was 1995, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But obviously they came out before that.
Wow.
Yep. So that's what the pagers did, and there's just so many things to really talk about. I mean, cars.
Oh,
And the
yeah,
good
like
thing
cars.
one thing that I didn't like with this technology now, that's before you would remember all the phone numbers from you, mom,
Yeah.
all your siblings,
Mm-hmm.
and now you don't know any number.
Yeah,
phone
I only
number.
know your number, and that's it.
I don't know your number.
No, it was also because like you had a phone book, so you had to like individually
Yeah, it
Type-
was that
type in the
rotate
numbers.
The rotating dial one.
dial.
Mhm.
Yeah,
yeah.
The what is it?
the
what is it called?
telephone,
Rotary.
rotary phone, telephone.
The one that go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was one of those nice phones from back in the days. But what Eddie was saying something different though. What Eddie was saying is that you had to look in your contacts on the phone and you actually look at the number, right, Eddie? That's what you meant?
Yeah, but
Or do you mean like an
that's
actual
how you
phone book?
memorize it.
Yeah, like
Before.
an actual phone book, like before.
Like, you know how they have planners, like hand planners.
the
they
small
have
phone book.
Yeah, that's what Eddie is talking about.
Okay.
Because you had, you sometimes you would like just remember it because of all the times you would like look at the number and you would like put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have to dial.
Oh,
by
okay. So
that.
you're saying not on the phone, but on the phone book.
Yeah, on the phone book.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember I had one in 1997.
Yeah. No, I remember you used to have a phone
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, I had all my phone numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then later too, like on the still on like the phones, like back then, didn't they also eventually come on like with speed dial?
Yeah, they
Ooh,
had
yeah.
speed dials. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You have that. You had to save the most important phones, and those were your speed dials.
Mm-hmm. That was like on what, flip phones?
Well, that's where it started. That's where it started to. That's where we started to get lazy, Eddie, because when you had the speed dial, you didn't actually put in the phone. You already just press one button and it would send a call.
For real. Because it was quick. You had to get in contact with them quick.
Now, I mean, but at least back in the days, we had to push a button. Now, in today's world, you just go, "Hey Siri, call Christina."
Yeah. He's
Calling
calling.
Christina.
Oh my God, your phone.
Oh my god!
No.
Siri, don't call Christina.
Oh my God, it actually went through.
Yes.
See, so that's what I mean. I
That's the reason why I don't have Siri.
I have the phone and it called you right away.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Technology, huh?
Technology. So I mean, it's just weird. I mean, it's just changing. I mean, video cameras, the definition and the quality and everything is just. I mean, you don't need before we had the digital cameras, or no, they were those cameras that came out with the photo out of the bottom.
The Polaroids?
The Polaroids.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty cool, actually.
They came back, Polaroids, but like a
Really?
smaller version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had Polaroids.
Yeah, but Polaroids, like, I wouldn't say like 5-ish years ago, Polaroids like came back. They made it like very cute. Like they made them different colors. They made them portable. They made them
But
light.
the images is in black and white, right?
No, it's
No.
not black and white.
Oh, no?
Or you could choose filters too. I think they made it to the point where you
Really?
could choose if it's black and white or it has a different filter, a light filter, a dark filter, indoor, outdoor filter. And the only thing is that when it was printed out, it was pretty tiny, like maybe
Oh,
wallet
okay.
size or smaller than wallet size. That was the only bad thing.
Yeah,
I
and
seen that.
then before, like with like those, like back then you had like, didn't you have to like go into like a red room so you can
Well, that was before the Polaroid.
before the
Yeah.
Polaroid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's they like old fashioned photographers still do that. They have red rooms, and I think in high school, well, when I know Alexis, when she was in high school, she took photography, I think.
Did she go into the red room?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have red rooms in high schools. They teach you how to do it.
Yeah. So now it went from that to a digital camera, a huge digital camera,
Mm-hmm.
then a smaller digital camera, and then the camera started to take video, and then the phone started to take pictures, then the phone started to take video.
Videos, yeah.
Then now in today's world, I've seen stuff in YouTube where there's people that actually make movies with the iPhone.
Yeah, even the artists, they were filming
Their music videos.
the music videos.
I think
Mhm.
I
With
think
your-
I think there's a
iPhone.
setting in the iPhone 13 where it films cinematic.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it in YouTube. So it films cinematic. I mean, obviously you still have photography and videography. It's all about the light,
Mm-hmm.
and you could have a good camera, but if you don't apply the lighting correctly, it's gonna look terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know about lighting too. But yeah,
And the angle.
and the angles, yeah,
Yeah.
you have to have the eye
You
for
have
it
to-
so it
yeah.
could work. But that's and then nowadays another thing that changed that attracts my attention is the lighting, the bulbs. It used to be regular bulbs. Now everything's LED.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Solar panel. Solar panel's like a huge thing now too. and like it's more affordable apparently. And
some of our neighbors have solar panels.
Like their whole house is full. They have solar panels all over their roof.
I wonder how that works. I mean, if you have solar panels and you're using light for the lighting in your house with solar panels, do you still get billed for light?
I think so, but
I have no idea. I have so many questions about solar panels.
You save money with those.
Yeah, definitely.
I know
it's an investment.
I know you save money, but how much money?
Who knows?
I don't know.
You know, because the solar panel is gonna observe the light. It's gonna save it. Does it charge a battery?
Yeah, it kind of charges the battery, like like
a generator.
Yeah, kind of, cause like the solar panel lights that we have outside. Mm-hmm. The sun charges the solar panels
during the day.
Yeah, and then once like the
at night.
Yeah, the sun is kind of like the charger for the solar panels.
So then what about during the day? What if it's cloudy? See, I have so many questions about solar panels. What if it's cloudy for like a whole week? Like, do you have energy? Like
in the winter
do they
in Chicago?
work? Like, yeah. So many questions about
that. The sun doesn't come out like in a whole month?
I'm not sure if maybe it doesn't get as much power.
All these questions.
Maybe it might. Maybe it's just like charges with daylight.
Think about this. Elon Musk, Tesla, the cars that he's doing, right? Mm-hmm. Imagine those cars that he's doing now are powered by solar panels.
Wow.
They would have free gas forever.
Well, right now, they don't go on gas, right?
Teslas don't go on gas.
Do they pay for the recharge?
No,
yeah, they have to. But it takes hours to recharge.
All I'm saying is
that it can take up to days.
It's part of the seating.
No, there's some speed charge. There's speed chargers.
Oh yeah,
fast chargers. Yeah, there's fast chargers. Yeah,
but yeah, that costs money.
But what I'm saying is that this is a whole different topic. I mean, we could get into a lot of controversy, but if you get free gas in a car, imagine all the money that's being lost or not paid to the government.
Well, I mean, why do you think Teslas are so pricey? They're high in price.
Well, not only that, because fuel. It's already proven that cars could work without gas. Mm-hmm. Now, what are you going to do with all this gas if you're not using the gas? There's a lot of people are going to lose a lot of money, and they're not going to be happy with that.
Well, if you think about it, that's how the evolution of technology and like the lifestyles has been. Like back then, there were printer offices everywhere, remember? And then next thing you know, you could print from your own house, or there were typewriters, people who made typewriters. Like people get out of jobs because of the evolution of technology.
Yeah,
that is true.
It's an evolution, but with the evolution of technology, there is stuff that it's not gonna be approved if there's no money to be made, especially in the governments. Why am I saying this is because they have to make some type of money. With gas, we pay a price for the gas. We pay a tax for the gas, and that involves a lot of different components. But if you have an electrical car that works with solar panels, there's going to be a lot of money that's not going to be made.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't want to get into that controversial thing because that's a whole different topic.
Yeah, and I also think that there's so much like information that we haven't done research on it that.
Yeah, we just don't want to.
We just don't know.
We don't want to give false information. Well, we're just talking about the energy that they're using solar panels now, right? So that's something that it's interesting. Another thing that disappeared. It was a good. At first, it was good, and then it disappeared. Was the next house? Right? Do you remember the next house?
Yeah, the walkie-talkies.
You remember those?
No.
The walkie-talkies. They were like walkie-talkies. Those walkie-talkies were, if you had the code from the other person's walkie-talkie, it didn't matter where the other person was. Any part of the, they could have been in Mexico, and you could have you could have called them with the walkie-talkie. And
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The bad thing with that is that they were not, they couldn't trace the calls. So the bad people started to use that to their advantage, and the government couldn't trace them, so they just disappeared them.
It's kind of like burner phones. They're trying to get rid of burner phones now because burner phones, you can't trace them.
Yeah,
they only have those certain amount of minutes on there, and then you could just toss them out. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean,
same thing with
sometimes is for the own people's safety, for the sake of the people. There's movies where they show how they used to use the Nexos. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of crime being done with those. They were just so easy to use and quick and
to just hide
and it was just untraceable, and so they got rid of them.
Yeah, it
was something it was going to hurt us at the long run. What's another evolution of life that you've seen? How about those stores where you put you go into the store and you grab the stuff and you put it in the car and it automatic register it?
What?
Yeah.
What store?
This is a store.
What store is it? Do you know?
I don't know the name of it, but there's a store where you walk in with your shopping cart, and excuse me, as you're walking, you grab, for example, the bread or something from whatever's in display. You grab it, you put it in the car, and once you place it in the car, it automatically registers what it is and how much it is.
Really?
Yeah. So once you're done shopping, you pay on the cart, and you pay for whatever you got, and you're done. No, there's no cash registers. There's nothing.
Oh my god, that's so convenient, because then like if you have a budget, or like people that don't have like a lot of money for groceries or something, then they could kind of see what they put in their cart and the total as it goes on, and then if they're like, okay, let me choose this or this, and then they could just take it out instead of at the cash register you're like, oh snap, I'm past like $100, like I
don't want that.
Yeah, I can't have that.
Yeah, I just don't know the name of the store, but
I've never heard of that.
I think Amazon has to do something with that.
Maybe Amazon has their own grocery store now.
I think it was going to be that one.
Yeah,
maybe. I have to search that up. I know Amazon has their own grocery store now.
So I know here in Chicago, there's a place downtown where you actually go at whatever time of the night, day, whatever, and you could buy actually like cupcakes or cakes or something like that.
Oh, that instant cupcake maker.
Have you seen
ATM?
That? Yeah,
like cupcake ATM or something like that.
Yeah, so
I've never been to that.
That's pretty cool. That's technology that it's cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. I always see videos and people posting about it. I always want to go in there, but I've never gone.
Oh wow!
It's literally like an ATM. You pick what you want, and then you just wait for the cupcake to come out.
It has like different flavors?
Yeah, different flavors, frosting, color, everything.
They look pretty. They look pretty tasty, Eddie.
Yeah.
It's like those bikes downtown. I mean, if you don't have a bike, you want to go bike riding, just go downtown and
get a bike.
Yeah, and get a bike.
Or if you're on one block and you have to go like 10 blocks down and you're walking, just get a bike. Go 10 blocks down. And you could just leave the bike there at another station.
Can you
so
do
convenient.
That?
Yeah, you can.
I thought that you had to grab the bike from that station and bring it back to that station.
No, as long as it's the same company, you could leave it whichever station.
So you grab it from that station on the south, and you go to the north, and if they have another station there with an empty slot, you put it there?
Yeah, they even have an app and tells you all the locations and the availability.
Where to drop it off?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's so convenient. Yeah. Like just that alone is just...
Especially in downtown.
Oh, yeah, especially downtown. Like... You could get your exercise there done like right away too.
What about drones?
Drones are becoming more, I want to say popular, like affordable.
Well, if you get a good drone, and like the DJI, that's what they call it, DJI. They're pretty pricey, but the images that those drones give you are very, very cool. Mm-hmm. And actually, Eddie, didn't Mark Rober use drones to plant trees?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
He did, right?
Oh, and his tree plan, or what is it?
Team Trees.
Team Trees. That happened like 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, so he did that. He used a drone and they were dropping seeds, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so and didn't Amazon want to use drones to deliver packages?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, And I've actually seen recently on social media, there's a company, well, there's probably multiple companies that they have a whole bunch of drones and they make light shows in the night sky.
Wow.
Like they create images like out of lights and like it's kind of like fireworks, but it's safe and it creates images. Like it could create words, like beautiful pictures. It could make artificial fireworks, I guess you could say. Or I've seen it and it looks really cool and interesting.
Well, just imagine if they have those type of drones for the public, just imagine what the government has.
Oh yeah, that's what's scary.
Yeah. So I mean, drones are pretty cool, but they're pretty scary too at the same time because people could use it for
the wrong ways,
for the wrong things,
wrong reasons. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to be careful with those. And they're being they're trying to control the drone usage. I mean, for example, if you have a drone, you have to have a license to fly it. Mm-hmm. And you have to register it. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, and then if you get caught like trying to invade somebody's privacy, then they could track it back to that person.
Right. I mean, you cannot fly a drone over people, over airports, and over expressways and anything. I mean, you just have to be very, very careful where you're going to fly
for safety concerns.
Yeah, and you could only go so high, and you could only go so far because, and then it loses the signal, and then if that drone loses the signal, and then it's just going to be hovering, and it's gonna
fall.
It's gonna fall, and wherever it falls, it could hurt somebody.
Yeah. Especially at the height and the speed coming down.
Yeah, it could cause a lot of damage, even though it's just plastic.
And then you lose your money.
Well, you get sued.
You could get sued.
Because remember, it's going to be registered. Well, if you actually register it, but if you buy an expensive drone, why wouldn't you? I mean, you would like almost buy an insurance for it.
Yeah. Because what if it accidentally gets stolen? And
So, but it's a pretty cool, very good tool. It's a pretty good tool to use for photography and videography and all these different movies that they use them for.
Yeah. They look amazing.
To get those shots.
Like it's like best like whenever like like sometimes when they have to like go fast and like or maybe like an actor they're running or something like that. Drones can come in handy there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely can. And actually they use drones already to go and check up on things. Because they have you could be like driving the drone right here, and I could send it all the way like to Chicago Ridge, not Chicago Ridge, to Orland Park, and kind of see what they're doing and bring it back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like the police, military, or some kind of like military branch or something. It is good for them to use it, for that way they could check out the place, the area, and then they could see if it's safe for their soldiers to go in.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, yeah. I mean, you know how they used to use helicopters, the police, to like when they're chasing people? There's drones that could go pretty fast.
Yeah.
So if you put a drone, instead of using a helicopter, you could actually still follow you still follow the guy that they're chasing, or if there's something, if they're chasing somebody by foot. I mean, you put a drone in the air and you
check out the neighborhood, and
they're pretty helpful.
Yeah.
I think there's a movie like they did like
Eagle Eye
drones. I think it's that one.
There's one that it's called Enemy of State, and there's one that's Eagle Eye. They're pretty. They use the satellites and the phones and all that stuff to track you down.
Yeah,
that's with Will Smith. So yeah, I mean, if they do that in movies, I wouldn't doubt that it's a real life thing.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think that we're gonna cut it short here because we could go on and on,
short,
and on forever.
An hour later, we're gonna cut it short.
It could go on and on forever. So, I mean, I know that people want to know more about things, but we could always do a second show and talk more about technology and evolution.
Definitely.
Maybe narrow it down next time.
There's just so many things.
There's a lot, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot that we did not talk about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. I mean, because we're just so people could know, we try to keep this unscripted, because we just want to give everybody our point of view as we go and as we talk about it,
and stay on what we know and personal experiences.
Right, and if we don't know about something, we rather not talk about it, or we research it a little bit, and then we talk about it because we don't want to give false information. So, Eddie, your last words.
Come back to me.
Crystal, last words.
I'm thankful I grew up with technology and without technology, So, best of both worlds.
Christina?
I love technology.
You love technology?
Yeah.
What if you didn't have it?
I'll be lost.
We'll have to use maps instead of GPS.
Oh my God, that's a whole nother thing that we didn't talk about.
GPS. That's a good one for our next show.
Oh,
Eddie.
Yeah. There we go.
It took 3 tries.
Well, and my last words. We would love to keep on talking about stuff, but for now we're just gonna keep it as it is. And I just want to say thank you for listening to our show. I know that we come and go from different topics, but we will get better and better as we produce more shows. We promise. So that's all for today.
Bye.
Eddie.
Yeah.
What's a GPS?
Actually, I don't know. It's like an online map or something.
Oh.